How's it going, everyone? I've got something a little bit different for you today. Now, back in August I was invited to take part in a social campaign by Jaguar for the launch of their new Jaguar XE, and I got to experience the drive in the XE S, the one with the 3-litre supercharged V6 from the F-Type. There was 4 of us in total: me, Adnan, who some of you might know from Car Throttle, Spencer, who's a journalist for T3 magazine, and Natalie Pinkham, the TV presenter who does the F1 coverage on Sky. The whole campaign is called XE Biometrics, which involved getting strapped up with various gadgets and gizmos that measured our heart rate, sweat, feelings and emotions as we drove the car around their test track, followed by a slightly faster run as a passenger next to a pro racing driver. So the day started early in the morning when I was picked up from my house by a long wheelbase Jaguar XE and chauffeured down to Jaguar's proving ground in Honolulu. We pulled up outside a cool looking building fronted by the Jaguar XE S, an F-Type R and a top spec XF, and got to check out all the cars and grab a drink while the other participants arrived. We then got a little intro into the XE and run through all the tech that went into it before being driven over to the main base, where the team from the media company Spark 44 were hanging out with some serious tech. Imagine posh cameras mounted to exosuits, drones that looked like they were ready to assassinate the world's most wanted, and the best array of hipster beards you've ever seen. After being hooked up with the biometrics gadgets and a race suit that was slightly on the small side, we had to do a few awkward interviews on camera, which I'm hoping aren't ever going to be made public. It totally threw me having to think of something to say while responding in context to the question, so I ended up just going totally brain dead. In hindsight, I wish I'd have asked to read the questions first, so I could have at least thought of what I wanted to say rather than coming out with the first cheesy thing that sprung to mind. But once that awkward situation was out of the way, the fun driving part came next. So it was our turn to have a go first, but unfortunately it was only 2 laps worth, so by the time I'd learned roughly where the first corner was, the time was up, but it was fun nonetheless. The real fun came next when I swapped seats with the pro driver, who obviously knew the track and how to drive fast a lot better than me. As you can see from the in-car footage, I had a permanent smile on my face all the way around. They were saying that the Jaguar XE was actually faster than the F-Type on this particular track, with it having the same engine and chassis, but slightly softer suspension, which worked better on this rough proving ground. It was a lot faster and definitely a lot more grippier than I expected it to be though. After that we went out for a quick demo drive where I got to test out the self-parking feature, the difference in dynamic mode and the different traction control settings. There's going to be a full video coming tomorrow, so this is just a little teaser of the stuff you'll be able to see. At the time of recording this, I've actually yet to see it myself, but it's taken 2 months so far for them to create it, so I'm expecting some cool shots from the drone and those pro cameras. So keep an eye out for that official film tomorrow where you can see what I go up to in more detail. Otherwise, thanks for watching and I'll catch you all later.
Chris, nice to meet you, and enjoy your drive later.